Hey friends, it's me, Shannon. Have you ever thought of creating your own tarot deck? No? That's probably because you're smarter than me. I actually decided about a year ago that I was going to start working on a tarot deck, and I have the Major Arcana finished, and I decided that I was going to work on marker paper with alcohol markers and then pen and ink. And I started working on my tarot deck, which I'm going to talk about in a second. And I was working on it feverishly. And then I realized that between all of the tariff situation and me potentially moving, that there wasn't going to be any reason for me to try to get it done in 2025 because I probably wasn't going to go anywhere by that point. But I did start working on it, and as of right now, the working title is the Whimsy and Wonder Realm Tarot. And the idea or the theme behind it was I wanted something that had different portals to other worlds. I wanted it to be very whimsical and weird, which is my style. This is totally my style. But I also wanted it to have remnants and throwbacks to my childhood. And so this is the Fool. This is the Fool card. This is the original piece of art, which is why it doesn't have the Fool on it. And I did this with alcohol markers and pen and ink, as well as some white gel pen for the highlights. And I'm not going to go too deep into what everything means because I will be creating an actual tarot deck with this, and I'll be writing a guidebook which will explain a lot of it. But there are lots and lots of symbols in here that I have put in here that have meaning. It's based off the traditional Rider-Waite-Smith tarot, but it's not exactly a clone. Some of them are really close to the original card, and some of them vary greatly. However, the meanings and the symbols, a lot of them are similar or connect together. So this is my Fool card. This is my Magician. So the Magician it's actually number 1. The Fool is the 0 card. So the Magician is the number 1 card, and he is all about alchemy. So you can see he's opening up this portal to another world. There are all kinds of things flying around him. All of my characters are little monsters because who doesn't freaking love little monsters? The Magician works with the elements, so all of the elements are represented in the sky there. That is my Magician card. Again, it is alcohol markers, pen and ink, and gel pen. And then the other thing I guess that I would say is when I was designing these, even though there were some specific parameters that I wanted to keep in mind when I designed each one, I wanted them to be representational of the tarot that most people know and are familiar with. And I wanted them to have some of the signs and symbols, but they also have a lot of my intuitive placement and then intuitive art creation in them. So I didn't really map them out 100% before I drew them out and colored them and finished them. All right, this is the High Priestess. She is in her comfy little fort, in her comfy little bed, and then there's the portal to a fairy realm. Oh yeah, like I said, again, I'm using alcohol marker and pen and ink. Some of it is really detailed, and then some of it is not very detailed. So it's just, I went with what I felt intuitively to do. Now, one of the things that I did decide to do though is I did all of the sketching and drawing in Procreate, and then what I did is once I had it, the bare basics, the way I wanted it in Procreate, then I actually took marker paper, I cut it down to 8.5 by 11, and then I printed it very lightly in a light purple onto the marker paper so that I could transfer it there, because I wanted to do it traditionally, but I didn't want to sketch it out and draw it traditionally. I wanted to sketch it out and draw it on Procreate. And I do not like using like transfer paper or graphite copy paper. It just, for some reason, it just never works for me. I can't get rid of it. I don't like the way it looks behind my paintings or sketches. And since I was using alcohol markers, a lot of times if you don't get rid of those marks, you can see them, they'll shine through, and I didn't want that. So that's why I opted to do this is, I want to say 5%, like I took it down to 5% and printed it out, and so that I can color over it. It's not a perfect sketch, but when I'm outlining it, I will clean it up even more. I'm working on the wands right now. The wands are, the floor is lava, because when I think of the wands and I think of fire, I think of lava, especially from my childhood. The floor is lava. That was one of the biggest games that I think every child ever played. Maybe not. And this is very reminiscent of my childhood, and like, depending on where you grew up and depending on what your situation was, you are probably going to have a very different childhood experience from me. And that's okay, but this is really heavily based on my childhood. I'm going to try to insert just really short clips of me doing the sketches for each of these in between so that you can see that happening. So this is the High Priestess. And like I said, I do have the Major Arcana done, so I'm going to try to do 4 or 5 cards for each video just to go through them and talk through them. This is the Empress, and the Empress is one of my lifetime cards, and I think because it's one of my lifetime cards, I just really love the way it came out. I love the other ones too, but this one, I got done with this one and I just fell in love with her. She's just such a cute little Empress. But it was the first time that I did like the hearts with the wings, and I didn't draw these in order. So I think she might have been the second one I drew. No, she was the third, because I did the Fool and the Hermit and then I did her. I got much about tarot. Like, the Empress is all about abundance. So it has the wheat, which if you look in a lot of Empress cards, there's the wheat. And then you can see her portal is actually spilling out into her world. There's just something about this particular card. I love the way the colors turned out. I love the way that the images turned out, the way that they work together. This one was chef's kiss, and I don't know, I'm gonna go back here because I want to see it. Yeah, so it's really weird. Like, when I did my sketchbook tour video, the colors of some of the watercolor you couldn't really see very well in the video, but you can see, at least from what I can tell on the screen, the pink and orange of that is really vibrant. I don't know if you can see the subtle shifts in. I used alcohol markers for this, and what's funny about that is I've tried using them before in the past, and I just could not get them down. I couldn't understand them. They didn't work for me. And then for whatever reason, when I started working on these, like, the way that you can blend and shade and gradient with them, I don't know. If you have not used alcohol markers, I highly suggest take a class to learn how to use them. They are so much fun, and like, they're the first media that I've used that have been able to, like, I feel like I can do everything I can with other media and then some with them. So for example, you can take 2 colors that would work well together but aren't necessarily in the same hue family, and you can layer them over each other and get an entirely new color, but the 2 original colors still peek through. And I can show you what that looks like. This is my current sketchbook. So let me show you what I'm talking about. So for this one, on the green leaves, I don't know if you can see very well, but on the green leaves, I used a green and a yellow, and when you're looking at it, you can see the yellow peek through and you can see the green peek through, but then it makes its own color as well. This one is a really good example of it. That's a good example of it too. Sorry for that off-topic ramble. I will keep it in. Okay, so that's my Empress. And then when I got the Major Arcana done, I wanted to print them out to see what they would look like. And I just printed them out on my laser printer just to see what they would look like. And this is my Fool. And you can tell it's darker in certain areas. And so when I go to print it, I'm going to have to, I've already scanned it, so I'm going to have to do some color correction on the file because I do want it to look more like this than like this. But this works fine for right now since it's just for me. So this is what the Magician looks like. Are you even a YouTuber if you haven't knocked over your camera? So this is my Magician, okay? And you can tell when you put it up next to the original, it's darker. This one's not as much of a difference as the Fool, but it's still a difference. And so there's still some color correcting, particularly in the sky that I need to do because the yellow up at the top is dingier than on the original. Then we've got the High Priestess. This is what the names will look like on the cards. And it is so dark down here, you can't even see a lot of my details. And I spent a heck of a lot of time on those details, so I will be making sure that you can see them when they are printed. This area is a lot darker as well, and so are some of the curtains of her fort. And the background in this one is so lovely. I want to make sure that when it's printed that you can see it. Now this was just printed from my printer, so it could just be an issue with my printer. I won't actually know until I have ordered from a printer for an actual sample of the deck, but that won't be until I have all of them done. And I'm currently working on the wands. I have the Major Arcana done. So this one is a little off, particularly the grass area, but a lot of it is, it's darker, but a lot of it is pretty close. So there are the first 4 cards of my tarot deck. This will be an ongoing series. I'm going to be going over the cards that I've already done, as well as having videos of the new cards that I'm working on. I'm currently working on the wands, and so I've actually recorded me doing this part of it, and I still need to add the details and things like that. But there will be individual videos of the rest of the tarot cards. But for right now, the ones that I've already done, I'll be just talking through or walking through them in groups. Let me know, are you a tarot reader? Do you like tarot? And if so, what is your current favorite tarot deck? Let me know in the comments. And if you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you're not subscribed. I appreciate you all so very much. I'm so thankful for you all for being here, and I will see you in the next one. Love you. Bye.